the Negro still is not free.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. Manifest how great you are. Dream about your greatness. Come hell or high water, I'm going after my greatness, greatness. Greatness, 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 greatness. Greatness. How can I fake this humbly gracious to have this greatness, greatness? Greatness. Every time I wake, this greatness takes this black man higher places. Greatness. Melanated magic strapped to my back with the fact that I deserve higher praises. Greatness. Based on my race. Last place is the only status. Placed in the basement with no way out. What's the basis? Look around, all I see are familiar faces with that greatness gauges. Make me wonder what this basement tastes with trace of races. Pointless to think you can keep me down and back in cages. Shackle minds like cat teeth with the rubber band embraces. Breaking chains every day that oppress my people for ages. Faceless acts of rages because of what my race is. I'm gonna say this price is way too high. Who's gonna pay this? Conversations of reparations ain't even enough to erase this. Can't get enough of us. We're on your favorite playlist, but you play us out. Just comply and fucking take this. I now see my greatness and I know you really hate this. You can't debate this. I define what my inner grace is. If it's a true test from God, then I'm gonna ace this. Is this God within me? I'm not gonna waste this. Every day the media portray cop car chases of people with the same faces, which is nothing but misguided greatness. Driving aimless and hungry, not knowing death is what that taste is. Gripping tight on the wheel. Jesus, take this. Gripping hard on that steel, death or jail is what my fate is. Survival by any means is the meal. Don't forsake this. There should be more for us. Life can play tricks. Where's our Morpheus? We're stuck in a matrix. Reflections of our Savior has been blurred by all this fake shit. Looking to the sky for hope is done or quite pervasive. Killing those who find the knowledge quite persuasive. Once I'm labeled as abrasive, soon to follow evasive. Savage is what we're told the angry black man is laced with. Change the context, change the narrative with what we're graced with. Pop that chain of mental restraint and fly like we are weightless. Mother Nature has the key. Please open the gate, man. I'm here to claim my throne. Don't step on my cake, man. Black Panther to the bone. No need to rate this. Greatness, greatness. Greatness, 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 greatness. Make sure you get to take this and loop back for all the late kids. All the boys and girls who don't think that their lives are precious. All the people who feel circumstances are a death wish. All the talent within that we are blessed with should be acknowledged, not demolished by the oppressor. Check our true resume. Extremely impressive. I got nothing left to say, but speak and send it for that greatness. Greatness, 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 greatness. We have a long road ahead to overcome this blatant hatred. We have a long road ahead to overcome this blatant hatred. Damn.
YouTube. What's good? Hey, can anybody hear me out there? First and foremost, let me see. Can anybody hear me before I even get started? Let's see. By the way, you guys are part of the first episode, so that means you will be working through all of the troubles that I see live. Sweet. Okay. So now that we got people, hear me loud and clear. Let me first get out the way. I want to thank everybody right now who chimed in. What is it? 16, 17. I want to thank each and every one of you. I wish I could, but I'm just going to look in the chat right quick. I see Brother Dippins in the house. Brian Dennis. Oh, Honeybee. Thank you so much. Hey, Stargate doesn't hate me. Sweet. She's in the house too. Rodney Sadler, my man. Josephine, how you doing? YM is in the house. There's somebody I've never seen before. That's not what we doing. Okay. I guess that's not what we doing. Perfect. Clark, I'm going up in the chat. I apologize for the little delay here, but some more names here. HM is in the house. Thank you. I saw Binary earlier, but I guess he's in and out. I don't know. I know he's on vacation, but how you like it having to work when you're on vacation? Ungrateful Negro. Anyway, yeah. Thank you all for just joining me on this journey of YouTube. Never did this before. I've been a co-host, as some of you already know. Never had to host on my own, and it already sucks because I have too many things to do at once. But I'm going to get through it with the help of you guys. So, also, I want to thank the ones that actually got me on this path. Definitely thanks to Max for looking out early days, just trying to figure out all this stuff, whether I'm going to even do a channel. And he was kind of the first one in my ear, do a channel. You need to do a channel. Your voice needs to be heard. I hear you. Obviously, Binary and Star, co-host of the Talking Code. Beautiful time I have on that show. Not going to stop until they kick me off. You know how that goes. But so this will be my backup job if Binary starts acting goofy. Let's just keep it real. Hey, I even want to thank Smoke, and I know people don't want to hear this, but I want to thank the old Smoke, the post-surgery pre-crazy Smoke. I'm going to say it just like that. I want to thank that Smoke because that's where I initially started, cutting my chops on these YouTube panels and all that stuff. So I want to thank them first, or at least in addition to. All right. So the main purpose, of part of this show, like I said, is going to be to familiarize myself with StreamYard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask someone. I'm going to be stretching out all these little bells and whistles on the StreamYard. So I'm going to ask anyone who wants to come up to actually walk me through, a content creator, definitely, that can help me live if I run into a problem and kind of minimize the delay in any of the goofy things going on. So again, this is one of those things. I don't know what happens if somebody actually dials in. What am I looking for? I don't know where to look. But if anybody wants to come up, even if you just want to just sit and stare, as people may know what that means. I still don't. But if anybody wants to come up here and sit and stare while I walk through my show, I do have a few things I want to hit. I do have a few topics that I want to cover, that I'm going to cover. So I will go through as much as I can, and hopefully if I hit a stumbling block and no one's up here, I'll work through it through the chat. And that may be a little tough, but we'll see how it goes. All right. So first and foremost, title of the show, Wanted, the Voice Within Organized Chaos. Why the hell did I call it that? I had a few ideas of what I wanted to call this, but I think the story itself will explain everything involved. So first and foremost, what the hell is organized chaos? So I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. For me, I'm very big on quotes. So when I see a quote, I write it down. I memorize some of them. I even use some of them in my everyday life. I know some of you have heard me quote Iyanla Vanzant. I've even quoted David Banner because he had a fire line one day and I thought it was hot. So today I'm going to open up with one of my own, which is, it ties into the title of the show. So the quote is, in order to operate within any system, you must have knowledge of how that system operates. Now, what does that mean? So in a nutshell, knowing your surroundings before your actions, that's mainly the purpose of that statement or that quote. So depending on how the environment is, you move a certain way. So, oh, and by the way, I have a co-host. It's a little baby that's screaming in the background. Her vocals ain't great right now, but we're working on that. She's going to be on my next track at some point. So you might hear her chime in every now and again. Anyway, So knowing your surroundings before you take action. So I've been hinting at this for quite a while. It was kind of masked, for lack of a better word, masked by the conversations about those debates, all the debates. I know Muslims listening about all those debates. And I really did not want to do a debate unless I felt like it was pertinent to the purpose of why I feel like I'm here. And I started noticing that I'm challenging a lot with these YouTube streets relative to being, I don't want to say professional, being respectful on these YouTube streets. And I wanted to debate that badly because I wouldn't understand anybody defending why we shouldn't. And I had great examples. If anybody ever wanted to debate me on that later, trust me, I have a couple things in the bag. We can work something out, Muslim, if the money's right. Come on, get your thing on, Don King Muslim. Make it happen. Anyway, so the idea was I wanted to talk about just working within an organized, chaotic situation. Namely, right now, I'm speaking of YouTube. I'm speaking definitely of YouTube. This world is not new to me anymore, but initially I was definitely on the fence with just how things were moving, how things were, how people were interacting. And, I immediately tried to apply real life to YouTube life, and that was a mistake. So my next attempt was to conform. And by conform, I mean, okay, let's get down and dirty. Somebody want to play in the mud? We play in the mud. That was my next approach. But the problem with that I had was that's not my nature. I'll go there if I have to, but that's not my initial nature. So I found myself in the spot where I'm trying to find an organized platform within a chaotic system. And that part to me was pretty obvious. Every panel that I went on, I started realizing I keep running up against this wall of this is how YouTube is. So get used to it, get used to it, get used to it. And I just could not just conform to the BS. And I'll use an example, which I'm probably going to use a lot today, different examples. If I were speaking to any one of you, if I was speaking to your grandmother right now, would you care if I was on YouTube, the cell phone, or in her face? Would you care? And if you would, then that means that anytime that you brought some bullshit to YouTube, you were disrespecting whoever was actually listening to your voice, because you wouldn't operate like that in real life. Now, again, that is combining YouTube and real streets and all that argument. So my platform on that is, regardless of what platform you're on, if you can say it in real life, yeah, fine, say it on YouTube. But if you have to come in with this alter ego of, I'm an asshole on Monday through Friday on the YouTube, but then, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm an asshole on YouTube, but on Monday through Friday, I'm a tie wearing, straight laced, suit wearing professional going to work. I would feel disrespected if I heard you on Saturday. Like, wait, you don't talk to your coworkers like that. I want that same respect. It's not what you want to give me. It's what I want to actually be a part of. So if I'm going to join these streets and I'm fighting, you know what? It led me to do my own thing here. So welcome to the first episode of Wanted. I apologize. I'm actually trying to read these chats right now, and I'm going to go through them relatively quick. If anyone knows, actually, can I ask anyone, even if you don't want to dial up, just call in, because I want to, or chime in. I want to see what it shows up, or at least know what to look for when I'm, excuse me, when I'm actually trying to bring someone up. I don't know if there's like a ding or something that pops up. So I'm just curious. Even if you don't want to join the panel, you don't have to. I just want to see what it looks like. Sorry, I would have to drop the link, right? That would help. My bad, people. My bad. Let's start there. All right. So I'm going to drop the link. Does that show up as a link or does that show up as just pure text? Let me see. And come on, YouTube. I'm getting body back. There you go. There's the link. Woo. All right. First thing down. Next thing is somebody click it. Yeah, Vita, you're here. So yeah, anybody that has any information on how to know when someone wants to dial in. And I apologize for the dead space. I don't like dead space. Wait, who wants to talk? Somebody wants to talk. Cali Persona. Okay. I don't know who that is. I put the wrong link. It wasn't the stream. I gotcha. So StreamYard. Where is that link? I'm looking on the StreamYard. And in my URL, it's the YouTube link. Don't worry, we'll get it. StreamYard. No. You are live. That's all I see on this page here. Does anybody have any direction via text how to actually pull the StreamYard link? StreamYard. Let's try something else. Be patient, please. Please be patient. Invite a guest. Can I do that? Here we go. Found the link. Wow. That was not straightforward. All right. There is the link. Click the invite at the bottom. Oh, yeah. See, I went the long way. I went to another page on StreamYard, went to the broadcast page, and then pulled the link from there. Gotcha. All right. Oh, there we go.
You talked all that shit about me starting my own show. You watch me fumble and drop the ball. And look at your misogynistic fuckboy ass. I'm just stumbling all over the guy.
Okay, now I see where people are coming in. You got laugh at me while I'm talking, Star. All right, is this Miss VSN?
You know, yeah. Karma is a bitch, and thank God she is Ms. beautiful.
VSN. Okay,
she has her crown.
Hello, identity.
Hello.
What's going on, Miss VSN?
Hey, Stargate. You
right.
talked so much ish to Stargate that it was funny.
I know, right?
When you said, how do I do? I was like, no, he didn't do that to himself. You body bagged your own self.
I did.
That was
great. Well, good thing I can't play the clip because I know I body bagged myself.
And see, he didn't even cam up. See, you see this clip? You see the misogyny in Miss
Okay,
VSN?
so here, I'm gonna. You want me to give you that? Want me to give you that? Wait, before I give you that, there's somebody named who is Approach Sloth.
I would suggest you understand and know the names because
I don't know who that is.
They be ask them to cam up behind because you can tell them to cam up to make sure.
Yeah, they are. They are cammed up. They are cammed up.
Okay. All right. So I think
they don't show nothing.
Unadulterated.
I just felt the need to come up and say a cool glass of tall Arkansas water. That sounded so damn good, so I just wanted to
nice.
Everybody go out and have a cup of cool Arkansas ice cold water for everybody.
Nice. Thank you for joining the first show. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, bro. I'm gonna
appreciate you, man.
And I'm gonna check you guys out. Hello to the chat. All right.
I appreciate
all right, adulterated.
All right. I'm going to take a chance. Y'all, hold on. I don't know who this is, but I'm going to be real quick with the button. You ready?
What up?
Ready. Oh, who is that?
I don't know who this is.
What's up, guys?
Well, hello.
Hello. Who are we?
Sorry, what?
Oh, he's on delay too.
Oh,
Oh, what's good?
I don't think he's part of the sector.
Oh, it's pretty good. I like your message in your channel. Pretty against the government.
Well, look
I
at
like
this.
it.
Oh.
We
Against
have someone
government. Oh,
out of
boy.
the sector identity
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
actually watches your show.
Why are you are out of? I'm assuming you're not part of this sector. Is that a right assumption?
I would think
I
so.
don't know. I don't know. I
Have
just
you
found
been
it.
do you know who Umar Johnson is?
Raw meat, baby.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
That was fun.
Welcome to YouTube
Listen,
Live.
I did it. I
There
think
you
you
go,
the first one that
identity.
got.
There
the
you
first
go,
person?
identity.
Well, at least he didn't show me his real meat. Like that would have been bad.
Now,
That would have been horrible.
I was kind of
Yo,
holding
I
my
think you
breath
got
that he wouldn't.
trolled.
Yeah,
I think
you
got
did.
trolled out from somebody outside of the sector identity. I
Yo,
think this is
it was
the
10 seconds in. Damn.
You're making history all the way
You're
around.
making
Look at
history
you.
already, identity.
I know. This was not what I was ready for.
You know, I'm black.
Yeah. So Star, I'm going to apologize because I know I was trolling you when you were doing it, and I knew I was going to
See?
go through some goofy stuff. But it was funny when I did it. So now it's your turn, right?
Yeah. Karma is a B. Karma is
Well,
a
you
B.
know what? You know what identity? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, our last heated argument, and I'm going to give you some grace today because you did take a lot from that argument.
You
So
saying
I'm
I got
gonna-
body bagged?
No.
Yay.
No, I'm
Peace
just
in the-
saying. I'm just
peace in
saying.
the
I'm
East.
gonna give you some grace.
Here we go.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the pity.
You're welcome. Because the pit. You listen. Because our last argument, because like we can have a disagreement, but you did take a lot.
Hey, Star, you start talking relationship, I'm hitting the cancel button on you. Don't get started now. Don't get started now.
This is your show. We talk about
I have
whatever
the only
you
wrench
want.
in the house, lady. Be careful.
Greatness. There you go. We're all good.
He didn't start on time. I was thinking lateness.
Lateness. Damn.
Lateness.
Good one, Rodney.
I said, look
Good
at his
one.
non-black ass already late.
All right. So let me give you the black
See, it's
answer.
a dead giveaway to all those that are still wondering. You were late. CP time.
I'm gonna give you the black answer. My dog ate my homework. I got stuck in traffic. The babysitter didn't show up. The baby didn't have Pampers. I had to run to the Target real quick. Any of this working?
Now run them
My
donations, right?
Run them donations. Yeah.
Right.
So again, I had no clue how to. I did everything in the background, but hit the live button. I'm literally sitting there like, why is this not showing up? I had like 3 Star devices out, and I'm looking at all 3 of them like, why is the home screen still here? What the? Oh, I didn't go live. Okay.
So
That makes sense.
just to play up and have fun. You remember you were kind of saying you really should kind of do a little of this ahead of time. You remember saying
Yes.
that to somebody?
Say
You're now
that.
part of that. You're now
He
part of
did
that.
say that, Ms. VSN. I
You are all
wonder
now
who he
part
said
of
that
that.
to.
That's because we really do love you, dear identity. So
I appreciate the love. I feel it a little bit. One of these panelists are getting on my damn nerves, though. That's another story, though.
You're not gonna live this down. You will not.
Never.
I don't plan on it. This is
And
actually
I think
fun.
Binary's in the chat, so
Oh, is he? Oh,
I think
okay.
he was, yeah, because he was
Earlier
asking,
on, I saw his name.
yeah, because
I
he
saw
was
his
asking for mod, and I told him to get in line.
So I'm probably
If
not
you're
going to do
ready
mod
to
stuff
mod.
right now. I have no idea
so
how
you
to
don't
do that
have
right
to do
now.
because I actually had to do it from my phone. So like if you're on your laptop, I don't
Well,
know how to do it in
That might be
StreamYard.
too much right now. So.
Yeah,
That might be too much.
Yeah.
I think people
I'm
don't want to
driving
behave
with my feet
themselves,
right
so we'll
now.
be good. People
We
will
don't
behave
want to.
themselves.
We don't want to wear your pretty little head off.
Y'all gonna make me take my mask off. I can't see shit.
Well, I'm gonna drop down in the chat.
Thank you,
I
Ms.
appreciate you
VSN.
joining.
I
I really
appreciate
do.
your
Talk to
time.
y'all. Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you for coming up. Okay. So should I start the show? Damn.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
let me drop down too. I just wanted to come up. And,
Hey, Rodney.
what's up? What's up? How you doing?
Appreciate it. I
I'm
appreciate it. Now I
fabulous.
know I
Thank
got to
you.
scroll down too when more people come up. So that one was a new
Yeah.
one too.
I just
Okay.
looked up. Dude. He got a legit channel. You know what I'm saying that came up here. So I don't know. He was acting. That was a little weird with the meat, but
Right.
I don't know what that was. Did he just hit somebody live? Somebody's going live. So let me get in there.
yeah, he said
He
he liked
apparently
something about.
follows you,
Yeah, he
and
said he liked something about the government or something. Maybe he was listening to the greatness or something. I
cause
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, he said that my channel's anti-government. I'm like, okay.
Well,
If you
maybe I also think it. Remember that scanner video you did with the scanner?
scanner, the
The you
TV.
know the electric, yeah, like in your car. Like
Yeah,
he. I mean, come on, that's great content.
If you
Maybe he picked that. I don't like.
I
Maybe
have no
ask
idea how
him
you got here.
if you look,
exactly. Ask
I would
him what
say
video.
you
Ask him
got
what
it.
video brought him here.
Yeah,
Because
if you got another
that's an
window, I would say.
interesting story.
I'm sorry,
I would,
Rodney.
no, I would say if you could open up another window, you could probably look at his stuff, see what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was clearly trolling, but I was like, did you get lost? You went down the wrong YouTube street, homie.
See, that's listen. You a non-black, so you you attract all kinds.
Don't go down that block there. It's the niggers. Maybe I should open up with that one. He probably would have clicked off. Like, nah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
good.
a hell of a first impression, man. Just to come on
Exactly.
camera and just start showing you eating raw meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. But yeah, thanks, Rodney. Thanks for coming up. You
All right.
Star, you can stay if you want. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna be
I got a
talking
few
my
minutes.
S.
I'm on break right now. So
Okay, cool.
I got about
cool.
30 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, so I didn't expect this to go long, and everybody says that, right? Everybody say, I'm only gonna be here 2 hours.
That.
10 hours later.
10 hours later.
So
Oh my
I've
God.
been using this term organized chaos a couple of times. I think I dropped it on binaries a couple of times just because I had the idea of starting something called that.
I like
organized chaos. And
I like it.
Appreciate that. And people always, of course it's going to be like, what the hell is organized chaos? So I usually open up with examples when I try to explain stuff to see if that helps people's understanding of what I'm saying. So if you think about any situation as people, not just on YouTube, just people in general, everything we do has some level of chaos to it. Whether you're driving a car, you have no idea that engine is running on the brink of instability, and when it goes unstable, it can go crazy. But we don't think that when we're driving that car. We're in that organized space, if that helps a little. Absolutely. So we function in that space all the time. Absolutely. And the reason why I felt like this was one of my lanes that kind of created itself, when I hear people say that, this black YouTube has a specific connotation to it. And then immediately I'm thinking, why? Why does it have to be chaotic? I understand there's going to be a chaotic component. Don't get me wrong. Some white dude showing up eating meat, just staring in the camera, show up on you. Hey, you don't plan that. That was the chaotic.
It writes itself. It writes itself.
Trust me, y'all, I did not send him. He came on his own. Even in the back, when he was on my back porch, I'm looking at him staring in the camera, and I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. And he was so close in the camera, I couldn't see what he was eating. Once I saw the meat, I'm like, oh yeah, something's up, something's going on. So let me get out of there. So that was the chaotic. Again, that was a live experience of something chaotic, but I'm trying to keep it organized right now and keep things level. So we live in that space all the time. Even if you go to something like a job, I think majority of us are one good argument from being unemployed. Let's be real. There's probably somebody on that gig that if you really could tell them what you're thinking, you probably won't have a job next day. So I feel like that's another level to it. Star's getting body bagged again on her own devices. That's cool. I'll keep going. Relationships, another one. most of us are one major mistake from losing that significant other. So you kind of stay in that safe space. You know, it can get chaotic. We live in these elements all the time. This is why I can't accept the fact that because it's YouTube, we have to accept it as is. That's it. No, there is a space in there that we can define. Even as a Black YouTube, we can define that. It obviously it takes us to be a more collective effort here. It's not going to be, you know, me just running solo on this stuff, but we definitely have that power to do that. But we must first understand how it operates. Right? Back to the quote. In order to operate in any system, you must have knowledge of how the system operates. We have to know how it works. So do we know how YouTube in general, or specifically Black YouTube, do we know how it works? We all have our ideas of going on specific panels. If I name a name right now, I can say I go to 10 different panels, but if I name a name, you're going to think the type of panel it is. So that means it's not just the panel, it has something that comes with it, right? And that was defined by some action or some event that happened. Who the hell keeps saying they have a safe panel, don't have a safe panel? All these things, everybody wants the safe panel, but then the chaos happens. We have all this stuff happening around us all the time. My issue coming in was I couldn't accept it being what it was. And now that I'm at a space where I do accept it, but within reason. I can't just say, I wholeheartedly just say, write it off. It's YouTube, let it go. I feel like we need to have some level of respect with each other, not just, you know, I can talk reckless because no one knows who I am. And I'm going to say something right now. I'm probably going to piss some people off, but I am not a fan of doxing, but the idea of it can keep people in line. And I don't like saying that because I don't want people using it for that. I feel like that should be the person's choice to say, well, you know, I don't want to, if anyone ever finds out who I am I going to be able to stand by what I've been saying on these YouTube streets? I saw how Rodney handled himself when certain conversations pop up. You talk relationships, that guy is going in the other direction. He doesn't want any part of it. He could actually chime in probably with some good stuff and probably some effery stuff too, but he's actually trying to make sure he's careful. That's a choice. And I say his name because I saw that and I said, wait a minute, we all have that choice to do that. So now to me, it comes down to choosing to do that. If I'm on these streets, I feel like I've been doing the same thing as I've been going on. I play around, I goof around. I really don't get into a negative space unless, you know, I really get my buttons pushed. But I don't think I take it so far where I can't tell my family about it, right? I'm sure there's people who are on here who say things and do things. They can't even tell their own brother, sister, or mother about it because it was so reckless. And I feel like that should not, that I understand it's going to exist, but the question is, if it does, then what do we do about it? Now, I'm not saying doxing. That's not my answer. That's never my answer. But we have to hold each other accountable. That does not mean, you know, I'm talking bad or talking down to you. Every time I'm talking to anybody on these channels, understand it's not from a place of a soap, you know, high on the soapbox. I'm with y'all. I'm literally underneath because I'm asking. I had to ask Star what to do on a damn panel, people. I had to ask Star. Now, how low can I go if I'm asking Star for help? So I humbled myself. Damn it, I humbled myself. Again, Star, I apologize for trashing you, but it was fun. So since you ain't up here, good. You can't trash me only in your thoughts in the chat, which I can delete too. So no big deal. So anyway, so back to my point. I've noticed that my movements on these streets have been a very similar theme. They've been themed very similar, meaning I try to carry myself as if I'm actually walking on the streets and I meet someone at Walmart. I'm not going to say, you know, go F your mother to them if I don't even know them. You know, if they're not coming at me, I'm not going to. I have that level of respect. Now, I may be an odd man out on YouTube. I get it. But I feel like, okay, if I'm going to define this space, then I'm going to define this space and I have to act accordingly. Fine by me, because this is how I roll anyway. I can joke with the best of them. I don't think I say anything too malicious to the point where, you know, I'm really trying to hurt someone's feelings. Even when I say stuff like F smoke, you know, when I say that, people know what that means. You know, I've been trashed a couple times on the channels and I said nothing. And then it was like, you know what? I'll play a little bit in the mud. So that's where that goes. So again, I did state my example. I stated my purpose. I feel like this voice, this level of this approach is unique enough to be a voice on its own. Now, whether it grows or not, that's not necessarily the purpose of me, because I'm going to operate the same way wherever I go. Doesn't matter who, when, what, where, way, or how. So even if I can at least be an example, that's fine, because I have examples of people on these channels that I actually follow, you know, namely Keeping It Plain's one. I've said that many times, that his voice, it's one of those voices I hear. Skull Drag. I appreciate the conversation we had yesterday. And by the way, people, check out her channel, yesterday's channel. We did build on some really great stuff. We actually had KK Du Jour dial in, so we are not the same person. We had a really great conversation. Please go back and check out that last Skull Drag video. It wasn't a deliberate build, but it was definitely a build, and it was fun. But I did open up more about just, you know, my passion for, you know, technology and all those things. So in these lives, you're going to learn a lot about me. You're going to learn how much of a nerd I am, even though most people already know that. Some people base it on my voice. You know, man, I sound like a white guy and assume that only white people are nerds. Really? No. But that's okay. You'll get the piece of that as we go. So again, I'm not going to do videos and links and all that. I can't do that right now. So I'm just happy my video played in the beginning, because I figured that out live. So, and you know, we'll play with this. I'll see if I can do more of a, maybe a weekly thing. It won't be daily. There's no way I can fit in a daily consistently. So I'm going to try and keep this time slot, because it seems like a good fit for myself, as well as what I got going on. I do have someone's trying to come up. I don't know who ERM is. If someone can help me out here, because I don't. I know there's an authenticating method here, and I don't know how to do that. Is that who just came up? I don't know who came up earlier. Cali Persona. Was that who came up before? I don't remember who that was who came up with that tag name. So, all right. So I'm going to bring whoever this is up. If anything goes weird, I can always delete the video. It's cool. Oh, never mind. It's the same guy. So I'm good, dude. I think you picked the wrong channel. Happy sailing. Yeah, we're good with the raw meat on me. Thank you, chat, for chiming in. Like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I got it. Drop the link again. Yes, I will, Star. You and your devices always acting up, I swear. Maybe I don't answer the back door. Maybe I'll just let you knock for a little bit. I know you got some trash talking to do, but that's okay. So back to my statements. Honeybee, you are a voice that I hear every time I'm even coming close to doing something either remotely wrong or just have sprinkles of wrong on it. Honeybee is definitely one of those voices like, no. So yeah, so my point is, I'm not here trying to tell people what to do, how to live, and do what you want to do. I'm letting you know how I rock, how I do things, and I'm listening. I'm also listening. I humble myself enough to know that I don't know everything, and I never will. But when I see someone that's in front of me, or at least the voice that I hear that actually has some things to say, and we know how Honeybee gets when she gets on them panels. Everybody gets quiet, mute that mic, and let her rock. So that's how I move. That's how I try to move. You know, there is a record of me arguing with certain people. There is a record of me having choice words with certain people.
What?
But you know,
you identity.
Yeah, even me. You know, I got Honeybee on one side. Now I got Keeping It Plain on another, and now who's the other one? What is her name? Karma.
Skull.
Carla.
Carla.
I just saw your name. Sorry, all these names are flying by. Yeah, she's another one. And now I have Skull Drag.
Yeah.
My shoulders are getting full here, people. I can't have too many voices in my head. Now I'm gonna start acting crazy if I do.
Well, I definitely always have Honeybee and Skull. Are there any men in my head? No.
Not you, no. I'm not even in your head, so no.
No, on certain things that identity, to keep it real, on there are some things I said, well, identity and even binary, there are certain things, but constantly in my, buzzing around, Stargate. So Skull Drag, Honeybee, even QT, Keeper, even Scarlet.
Yeah.
Even
those were my early voices.
Right.
Because Honeybee,
right.
I caught on late to Honeybee. I think I've only known Honeybee for maybe a little over like 2 months, maybe.
Right.
So, but I'm glad I know her now.
Right.
But yeah. So I think people understand my approach to some of this stuff. Again, I'm not trying to be anybody's father on here or
right.
None of that stuff. I love to share my experiences. I feel like there's lessons in it for me as well as anybody who's listening. And if they have something that I can learn from, I'm listening to them. So,
right.
So, speak your speech.
But in my head, like Skull Drag, Honeybee, they're trying to hold me back. And then I'm like, okay, I'll calm down before I thought what I'll do is let me calm down. And then I'll go back at it, because there are some people in the sector that do not like to hear words, certain words, especially from females.
Yeah.
So strong opinions can, I would say strong opinions. And then somebody said, no, that's toxic, Stargate, So I'm listening. I hear you all. We all are here to help each other grow. and even when I disagree with people in the moment, trust me, those words do hit. And I don't mind, even if you are somebody that do not care about the outcome. See, I do believe you care. I do believe you want me to live my best life possible. I do believe that. But, if we have a disagreement, in an argument, I would never disconnect from you, or, never want to associate with you on YouTube again. So I hope that's clear. If it's not, let's talk about it. Let's talk. You don't think that's clear?
I ain't buying it.
You really? Are you trolling me?
No,
or
I'm messing. I'm messing around.
Okay. See, sometimes I don't. See, that was good, because sometimes I don't know when you're joking, and I think maybe I take things personally, and I don't know when you're joking and when you're serious. So listen, I'm like you. Listen,
just know at the end of the day, nothing I say is malicious. Like
right.
It's not.
I believe that.
Now, trust me, I will tear somebody down if I have to. But there's select people that's like, I give the nod on, like, I control. Just understand I'm trolling. You know what I mean? There's no hate in my body. Not as long as you don't slap my mama, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm straight. Other than that, don't take my trolling as being serious. I'm always looking for the laughter first.
Absolutely. So, like, there's lessons even in when some people would say, like, when I was being toxic towards you, I would say I was just having a strong opinion. And we all see things differently, because we, and the only thing we can hope for is just to learn from our experiences, even the tough ones.
Yes.
Because so there you go. So so I guess we have an understanding, and because
Yeah, we have history, Star. Not in
yeah,
the
absolutely,
chat email kind of way, people. I know people
exactly
thinking
from
that,
the
right?
before even binary show, right? Before binary
Right.
show, yeah,
I know you've been around since Lennon was 12. I know you've been around for a
exactly.
minute.
I was there when the
Yeah.
babies was being born.
Yep. Yep. Probably was midwife or something. Yeah, you've been
I
around.
was
You've
the
been
doula. I was
around.
the doula.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. But yeah, I know. I know it gets heated. I know.
Yeah,
And you know what? Some people dial in just to hear that, like, it never happened before. Yo, look.
yeah,
And having it live, it's a new thing for me as well, because typically I would take that offline and be like, look, what we gonna do? Because this is,
right,
you know what I mean? Especially if we're gonna be rocking like this. I don't want it to be weird,
right,
I don't want it to be
exactly.
that. So but I also don't want to leave things
Right,
in a negative space.
absolutely.
Let's have an honest moment. That let's agree to disagree. I don't like that
You
stuff.
don't like that. What would you prefer? What would you prefer?
Well, I mean, obviously it's a conversation between us, right? So
Right.
I don't mind continuing a conversation, like but I feel like sometimes if it gets too heated, um
Maybe we
you
should
know
pause if it gets
e-
too heated, or
hey,
take a break or walk away. Is that what?
tell crack on me or something. I don't care, like something like lighten the mood or something, because I don't like
I
ending it
think
on
my
that tippy,
way, what I usually do is say, well, let's just end the discussion. Let's just stop talking, because I thought maybe that would help, because even you was like, well, I don't want to leave things in the air.
yeah, because it's
So
weird the next time
right,
we
right.
like that's, and I'm speaking in general, because I actually I don't think I've ever had like I didn't have choice words for you. I mean, I don't think I was like nasty to you. So
Right.
that's it was like more just, I think it was a more personal thing.
No, and it
You
was
know,
more of, so if I get that to that high, let's call it like a high point of positivity, right? I was pissed off that
the
like
positivity.
the highest point of positivity.
Yeah.
So, and it was basically because I wanted you to you know what? I did not feel any kind of way about you actually admitting that you ran through the phones on Binary's channel. So I really didn't have a problem with it. It was the fact that I think I wanted you to have that discussion, not even a discussion. I wanted you to just be like, yeah, there was a moment that I did that, but let's just go. So in my head, so like when you replay things in your head, what could have prevented that, that argument from going, to where I just went to 10? It was maybe if you didn't say, because that, like I said, when you said the male bashing part, I really believe that you were joking. And even when you said, are you promoting distrust? I didn't think that you
Oh,
thought
I
that
was
I was
trolling the
out
hell
here.
out of you.
Yeah, so like I was thinking but then when we were in that moment, when you had said, well, because like we didn't, I mean, to be honest, you didn't know what you had said at that point. And I remember saying, well, you just said no. And it wasn't that you just said no. It wasn't, you just didn't answer it right away. And Max chimed in first. And then we went down on the thing where you was like, no, just go to, like, the conversation basically went, let's just go to a higher place, which is great. And I was not joshing with you when we were on that 8-hour live. When I say please go, like, choose identities high road. Like I wasn't like, full of shit. Like I really want people to go get to that place. But I think if I had to do it all over again, I was saying, well, before you get to that place, there's let's call it a dark place. There's a place where that's not the first place. That's not the first thing that you do. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And
I got you. I got you. I
yeah,
got
and
you.
so this is what I did. And even though I want people to know you have the right to choose not to go through people's phones. I'm not advocating for people to do it. What I was trying to do was create a safe place for people who do it and they can be open about it and not be judged in that moment. And then we can get to identity's higher place. Let's just get to the higher
Hey, don't
place.
call it identities, because now it sounds
I'm
like
sorry.
I'm superior.
I'm sorry. Okay, let's reword.
I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate
You see what I'm saying?
But
I'm really how do we word that? How do we word that before you? So like when you're going through somebody's phone, and then you instead of doing that,
how the hell we get on relationships, Star?
Oh, you know what? Let's move on. I didn't mean to go there.
Can we agree to disagree?
Yeah, let's do it.
God, dog. Jesus, I feel like Big Man about to come up on there.
But come on, like, because when you
where's
said,
Al at when you need him?
When you told Binary that your wife felt something, I was like, well, damn, that's not what I wanted to happen. Like I was saying things to you because we were having a disagreement about how the conversation went, right? And because I felt like you were trying to be, you know how I used back the words were, you think you're better than me. That's what I would say. You think you're better than me, and you're trying to go to this intelligent place, and you realize that I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but instead of having a conversation with me, you're trolling me and trying to be intellectual at the wrong time. You see what I'm saying?
How the hell intellectual is the wrong time? What the hell?
No. You're trying to intellectualize and go to the high place, but that's not where I was at that moment. And you were trolling at the wrong time. Does that make sense?
I hear you. I think the
Can
conversation.
we agree to disagree?
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to delete the last 10 minutes of what I said. We're going to agree to disagree.
We just going to agree.
Because Star about to make me flex this muscle on this mute button. I'm telling you right now. I just found it. It pops up when I go over a name. Like, ooh, that's what that is. All right. What else can I do?
Oh my God.
No one man should have this much power.
My God.
Yeah. So again.
So we agree to disagree is a good place to, that's a good option.
With that. I'm going to ride with that. I'm going to ride with that.
Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah. So Muslim said mood him.
Mood him.
Oh, by the way, Muslim, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate that. I did learn something too. I heard Cash Apps are the thing these days. So hey, I just learned how to do that. So I'm applauding myself. Putting banners and stuff. That was cool to me. I'm like, hey, look at that. Yeah. So I guess I don't want this also to be just the space of Umar. You know what I mean? I want this space to exist on its own, not on its own, but on its own merit. Like it doesn't have to be about Umar, but I know that's the topic, right? So I'm not going to say no Umar talk. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Right. That's goofy. I mean, how am I going to do my conscious energy jokes without talking about the sector, right? I can't do that. So I guess the last thing I had on my thing to do, and I said it was going to be a short show. This was really just to stretch my legs.
Right.
I have on my the hottest thing in the streets right now is this Corey Smoke situation. I am late to the game, as you know, Star. I'm always 2 weeks behind. I miss a day and I miss 2 weeks.
You got responsibilities.
Yeah. I just learned Corey had a kidney issue. God darn, I am late.
Yeah, I got to say, she pretty much on autopilot. So, So we definitely got different levels of responsibilities going on.
Yeah.
So I know you can't get into it as much as I can. Right.
Yes.
And even I miss out on some stuff. But I know about the Corey and Smoke. I even had some words. No, not words. I wanted to talk to Corey because we were on Slander God's show. He was in the chat room, and I wanted to talk to him about the situation, about what me and him having our fallout because of Smoke. And now that he's falling out with Smoke,
right.
I don't mind. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this?
I swear, this is. So
I'll just wait.
Yeah, I wanted to have a conversation, and I'll be honest. I'll give an honest moment right now. I was literally going to invite Corey to this part of the show, because anybody that was in that position where you know, Smoke's like trashing you, and he swore up and down he would never do it.
Right.
Right. And then when it happened, it was like, what the fuck?
Right. Exactly.
You know, I'm like, I was thinking, I know exactly how Corey feeling right now, because he didn't think he'd be one of those dudes. Like, damn, yo, now
Me
I don't have
neither.
the history.
I think me and you thought so too, right?
Well, let's be honest, Star. You had a little chat history. I ain't even gonna hold you. You had a little situation.
Right.
You know,
Did I start it though?
You had people.
Did I try to break up his marriage?
People rubbing for French fries. Let's just put
Listen,
it that way.
Did I promote that though?
I didn't say you promoted it. Don't twist my words. I didn't say you promoted it.
So my whole thing is, when you say that, I want people to understand I wasn't coming on to him. Is that clear to you? That I wasn't coming on to him?
I don't think that's the story, Star, and I don't want that to deviate because we could definitely bring the conversation to your channel to make it bigger than what this little channel is. So
what's the difference between me and you? Okay, I'll ask you that.
So I would say the difference is I did not have a conversation necessarily with Smoke off of YouTube, other than when he was going through it with Unc, early on with Unc and Max, and when all that happened, I was still in that circle of, yo, what the hell's going on? I thought everybody was good. Like, what happened? So I had a conversation with him on the phone. I did have a conversation with him on the phone. He vented to me how he felt, and I, in a soft way, it wasn't as straightforward as when I went live and had that conversation with him, but in a soft way, it was, dude, like those statements, Thailand, and that's serious,
right?
I wouldn't play with that unless it was real.
Exactly,
I would not play with that. Now, I don't. That's the only conversation I had with him off of YouTube. Only conversation.
I had that conversation with him off YouTube, and I said, "Why are you doing this?"
Now he didn't send me no French fry links or no rub grub.
But did I ask for the French fries though?
No, come on, let's keep it. I'm not saying it's you. I'm saying the way he didn't see you like me. He doesn't see me like you.
I was. See, this is the thing I want everybody to understand. I was never inappropriate, and then I don't want people thinking that that I initiated anything. So
that's not what I thought.
Okay.
I never thought that you initiated it because first and foremost, he does what he wants to do. He's a grown ass man. He's gonna take a shot whether he's married or not. Whatever. Right. It's not my business. What another man does with his, whatever he did. He took a shot. Whatever it is, right?
But I did say, why would you do this? Insinuate this Thailand stuff, like what is this all about? And when I asked him about it, he was basically, this was the last conversation we had because he started yelling and I was yelling back. And then when, my teenager walked in and I said, let's calm down. And he was like, I don't care about that. So my whole thing was I realized that I was not going to be able to get through to him, and maybe I was going to wait, but I asked him on the panel, could he please stop? That was my second attempt to ask him, why was he doing this? Like, don't go down this road. Like, what is this all about? And then he, so then it all went haywire, right? So
yeah.
So my thing is that you were thinking maybe you could get through to him, right?
Yeah, I did. I did.
I thought I could
keep
get
that going,
too.
Star. But Mrs. Too Big, if you want to come up, I see she has questions. I don't know if it's questions to me. Boom! Look at that. She is right on time. Let me bring you in, Miss Lady. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great now.
I'm doing great too.
Both of you guys. Sorry.
Hey, Miss Too Big.
Sorry, I've been waiting for you to come on your late night who up.
I know. I've been so big.
I have a lot of questions. I've been listening. Sure. We're not gonna discuss it on identities first.
You want to just matter of fact, I could do a live tonight if you want to.
Yeah, because
But it would be
you
after
talking about
11
this.
tonight.
Oh, that's fine.
Maybe midnight. I think I could maybe definitely make it midnight tonight.
Whenever you
So
have time.
okay,
It's
so
fine
just
with
be
me.
ready. Let's just
I
say
will.
everybody, I'll do a string up because since Miss Too Big is asking, I have a lot of respect for you. So this is a way to get me to actually do it. Because there you
Yeah,
go.
you need to do your
I
thing,
know.
girl.
I just want to say, like, I've been listening
Right.
to a lot of other things, and they was really, really going in on you maybe a couple of
Mm-hmm.
nights ago. So I
Right.
just, I just want some clarification on your end,
Absolutely.
because just as a woman, some things just don't seem like you're innocent, to say the least. So we can talk about
Oh, right. All right
um
now.
and
Okay.
then
Yeah, all I said was that man was taking his shot, but I didn't say anything about Stars action. I just said he was taking his shot. I'm gonna let y'all ladies talk.
I know. No, it's look, I'm all for everything that you're trying to do, identity, because I 1000% agree with the chaos and the disrespect on these YouTube streets is beyond me. Just as adults, like, I have grown children, and I would never allow them to do that. Like, I just think that we gotta do better. It's not that serious. It's YouTube. Like, I just don't understand how it's to this point that it is. And you guys know more than me because y'all been on longer than me. But just listening, I don't have any interest of going on any of those other channels with all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
it's too much.
I now see it as when I go on a panel, I no longer look at them as panels anymore. I look at them as personalities, because you can say a name and you have a certain, okay, if I go over here, I could do some goofy stuff over here. If I go on Stars Late Night, I'm talking about all kinds of stuff. It
Right.
is what it is. But yeah, I feel like we have that choice and we don't exercise it. We just treat all of it as, trash cans, and we just dumping all our crap in it without thinking, why are you bringing that to the table when
Right.
everybody in here is not on that? Like,
Right.
and I'm not trying to tell people how to run their own show. That's why I started my own.
Right.
At least I can follow the direction that I feel is pertinent for what I'm trying to say and do. So.
Yep. So Star, I'll see you when you come on.
All right. We'll talk about it.
And
All right.
we'll just go from there. And again, identity, congratulations, and I look forward to being in your chat room.
Yes. Just don't force me to get mods early. And I heard my nemesis was in the chat. I don't know who that is. I thought I saw that somebody said my nemesis is in the chat. I don't know who that is, but I don't know. I didn't see anything goofy. So I would tell you to get to work, Star, but you don't work here. So yeah. But thank you, Miss Too Big.
Coach.
Thank you.
As Rodney and Sad would say, I'm riding coach.
Just riding.
No problem.
All right.
Well, I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Thank
bye-bye.
you again.
But do you see identity? Do you see why I feel like I have to just always clarify? Please believe me, I did not see how Miss Too Big, she comes in on a situation because people keep talking about it and like try to make it seem like I was not innocent. You see what I'm saying now?
I hear you.
You hear?
But
See, Miss Too Big
but
think I'm not innocent.
I feel like it's well, yeah. You ain't 100% out the water there, Star. Come on, you may not have made the reservation, but you damn sure showed up to eat. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean?
No. Eating implies that I was willing to cheat, allow him to cheat on his wife.
That just means you had an appetite. That's all that means. That doesn't mean anything past that.
No. So if you think I had an appetite, give me one scenario where where he felt like he could have came at me that way or shoot a shot with me. Is it one scenario?
He did what he wanted to do. He took his shot. Look, I'm gonna let you know. It's what dudes do. Hey, if the opportunity's there, regardless if you're married or not, it's a choice, right?
So,
It has
but did
nothing
I?
to do. It has nothing to
Mhm.
do with whether or not you want it, Star. If you was down, he was gonna take it. It is what
But
it
did it
is.
where one scenario where it seemed like I would have slept with him or allowed him to cheat on Miss Smoke? Give
Star,
me
I don't know you that well to know your levels. I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no. So this is my thing. A lot of people are assuming that if Smoke that I would have slept with Smoke. And it's not clear to people that I was not gonna sleep with him or I was not gonna allow he shot his shot and I let him down gently. That's the only thing I could
Welcome to the therapeutic hour of Identity with Health. On the couch, we have Stargate, best known for her role in the Frygate situation. The Rub Grub channel. I'm sorry, that's all I had on my head. I'm sorry.
Exactly. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. But here you go. Like I never. So he shoots his shot. He tells people I tried to break up. Do you think I tried to break up his marriage?
I don't think it matters. And
It doesn't.
so let me
Oh,
let
okay.
me let
Okay.
me let me
Okay.
let me give you if I could tell you who I am, I'll tell you. If you were in front of me, I would tell you you need to care less about that because I don't
No,
see it no
people.
more.
No.
No,
Think
no, no, no.
about this.
I'm not talking about what was happening to you. I'm saying the assumptions of others. They're going to be there regardless of what your story
My re-
is.
my reputation. Like I care if people think I tried to break up. If I care if people think
People
I'm a
think I'm
homewrecker.
white. Who gives a
That's
shit?
not a bad listen. But once a female is deemed like a homewrecker, you know that's like a scar, right? That's like the what they call it, the scarlet letter. And a lot of people have a way of influencing other people. They'll change the narrative to make it seem like I'm this homewrecker who's attention seeking. I want all men's attention and I'll do anything to have men's attention. Do you think my whole thing is that's not who I am though? I never came.
I think I understand to some degree as best I can who you are because you're really passionate about trying to make sure people get the narrative right. But the problem is you're basing your emotions on other people, what they think in this sector that we have so many examples of narratives being changed as we are experiencing them.
I don't
It
know
is
why I
so
care.
blatantly bad that I can't attach myself to what someone said because I know that's not the narrative. Only thing I can do is just keep my lane and say what I'm going to say. And I can only take what certain words that certain people say so far or personal. Like
Hmm.
when you say something to me, if I know that it was a nasty, I think I would take it a little different because we've rocked together. So it's a little different than if, the meat guy came on here and said, Identity, you ain't shit. Like if he said that, I would have laughed. It would have been
No, but I
funny.
care about what you think about me. I care
Right,
about what you
right.
think about me. I care about what people have
So
not.
why give someone or some people that don't have that experience that you and I have that same level of respect in their opinion? That's the part
Because
I don't understand. Why are they getting the same respect that I get? Now I'm bothered because I'm
oh
not
really?
in. Well, not necessarily. I'm just saying in general, why do they get the same respect that I get when
Um,
we have this history of what we have and then they get that same level and they're trashing you? Like, why do you give them the same credence? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't, I'm saying that to say this. Let that shit go as far as they
okay,
don't mean a damn thing, especially when people are malicious with some of the stuff that they say.
right.
Some of them really just want to either
I
get
don't
under your
see why.
skin and it is a funny narrative. Let's be honest. It's a funny ass
No,
narrative.
but listen, I know how to joke with it, but I also want people to make sure that they know that I never tried to break his marriage. I need people to know that. I don't know why I need people to know that.
Again,
I
welcome
don't know why I
to
care.
welcome to the comfy couch of identity. Let all your troubles go. Do you have smoke problems? Do you have problems with your 94 Camry? Come on down. Talk to Identity. It's funny, Star. That's all. It's so you see, I can play with it because I'm playing with it.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But if you don't know who's talking or what they're saying, look, forget them. They don't matter in your world.
Right.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. Technically speaking, I shouldn't matter. But I'm just saying.
But I care what you think. I did it. I care.
Yeah, but I play all
exactly.
the time. I play.
Exactly.
So how now that like anything I say, you'll know.
Right.
Honestly, you will know when I'm serious. You will know because I'm not in that space a lot. I'm only in that space unless I have to be because life's too short. I trip as much as I can. I don't care. I'm gonna be like this to the day I die. You know what I mean? Hey, people can laugh at me for the things that I do. I talk about watching cartoons and eating cereal. Do you know how much fun that was when I was 12 years old? You think I'm gonna give that up now just because I'm not 12 anymore? The hell with that.
Good time.
I'm not gonna go find something else because I'm too old for that shit. That was fun. And I'm doing that this Saturday. What the hell? I can't wait till I'm able to sit with my child and be like, you grab that bowl of Fruit Loops. Let's just chill and watch these Popeye cartoons.
Exactly.
Look, that to me is one of the greatest things.
With my kids. Yeah.
You don't have to. That's my point. You don't have to.
No, my kids don't my 16-year-old. She never wants to hang out with me anymore now because she's too cool for me.
You'd be like Binary. Binary had to start playing games. You know what? He probably that old dude getting his ass kicked on Madden, but he don't even care. He's just like, I'm kicking it with my kids. So, I get my ass kicked on Madden, whatever.
Exactly. So because this is the thing. I remember I was telling Binary about this last video game that came out that my teenager and I, just last year, we were waiting on it last year, and it came this year, and she was like, "Oh wait, I'm gonna play by myself." I was like, "What?" I was like, "We've been waiting for a year for this," and I had to respect her because so it changed.
Damn, you're not
that.
The cool mom anymore.
I'm not the cool mom anymore. And it kills me, and I think that's why I'm here on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be devastated when I'm not that cool dad.
Exactly. Nah. So you're experiencing Stargate going through her withdrawal of. So anytime
sucks to be you, I ain't gonna lie.
So there you go. So I have a 16-year-old that's ready to. I think she's gaining her independence because it was just like that identity we were talking about. It was last year. Oh my God, we saw the preview for it in April and last year, and we were so excited. We couldn't wait to play together. And then when it comes, she was like, I'm gonna do it. I was like, what? I've been waiting a whole year. I've been waiting a whole year for it, and you gonna do me like this?
Right.
And so there you go. And it happens just that quick. And it was so shocking. It was so it was April, this past April, and there you go. So it happened just there you go. My world just kind of unraveled before my eyes, and it was oh, okay, so I got to start, doing things, for myself now because she's ready to, she's preparing to flap her wings and stuff. So there you go.
Yeah. So again, let's agree to disagree, and
but I
even when we agree, we disagree. To disagree, agree, disagree. It is what it is.
So I gotta get. So that's a natural point. I gotta go back. I gotta get off my break now. I gotta go back to work.
Yeah, get your ass.
Yeah, I gotta go back to work, but appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I had to be here. This was so fun. and
Yeah.
so healing at the same time.
Although you just totally obliterated my whole topic point and all that stuff, but that's okay though.
That's what
okay
Star
though.
do, right?
See,
That's what
I
Star
gave you the
do.
platform. It is what it is. I
I
agree to
promise
disagree.
you, I will not come on your next show.
I didn't say that, but you don't have to talk so much. Let's put it that way.
I'll mute myself.
Yeah, there goes your wrench. As soon as I learn how to do that, you ain't get one.
Come on, I ain't got a wrench. I ain't got a wrench.
You ain't got no wrench, man. Go ahead back to work, girl. Don't get in the unemployment line. Jesus.
Identity. I got employed for identity.
I'll rub for free.
This is what it comes to. All right, bro. So congratulations.
Right.
I'll talk to you later.
Cool. Thanks. You're going live tonight, right? You're going live tonight.
Midnight.
All right. Yeah, those who listening, check out Star tonight. All right, cool.
All
Thanks,
right,
man.
everybody. Thank you, Identity. Have a great rest of your day.
Cool.
Okay, bye-bye.
Peace. Oh man, I didn't tell her to talk her shit first. Ah man, sorry, Binary. I forgot to even do that, man. So yeah, now that we've been derailed, which is okay because it was actually part of my points. I was going to actually have random topics at the end. I do not want to go more than an hour and a half, 2 hours. This is the first one, and you know, I just wanted to just stretch my legs on these YouTube streets. You know, feels good. Next episode, I will be swinging a wrench. Well, let's say I'll be tossing them out. Let's see who catches them. But somebody's got to teach me how to do that first. So if anybody else has anything other than this Umar stuff, I think I saw in the chat, Corey and Smoke, I guess they made their piece. I'm glad to hear that. To be honest, it was an ugly scene. It was an extremely ugly scene. And I really hate the fact that this narrative that, you know, once people fall out, now we're getting emails and we're seeing receipts and we're seeing, look, if that's the purpose of you keeping communication, understand people are going to stop communicating with you that way. And then what are you going to use? If that's your narrative, if that's always going to be your narrative, to actually open up a personal discussion that obviously it was just for you two to know, just for vindictive purposes. It's not even to prove a point. It's just to, you know, yeah, he ain't shit, she ain't shit, and did it. Come on, people. Like that to me, I'm so glad that that part of my existence on YouTube doesn't exist. Anything I talk to about with Binary and Star in the background for the show, me. But then again, you know, what does that mean if someone's like keeping tallies like that? That to me is the main issue. Yeah, it's great that they made up, but that footprint is still on YouTube. It's still there. Anybody who's a day late and $1 short can listen to that tomorrow and be like, oh shit, he said this about him and he said this and his kidney did. Yeah, because in their world, it's live and it's like, even I didn't know they made up. You know, I didn't know, but now that I heard that they did, I'm glad that they did. But in my opinion, it should have never happened in the first place. You know, I have homies that I rock with outside of YouTube. Some goofy shit goes down. We're gonna have to have a conversation together before this gets ugly. You know, maybe it's because it's YouTube. We can go nasty first. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing that, you know, that's common. It seems to be common. Put it out on blast first. But wait a minute. If you're telling people, if you're supporting me on my cause of, you know, whatever ailment I'm suffering from, and we all know what it is, we all know what the deal is, and then you use that against me, in my opinion, I'm not going to be as forgiving, because that is not just somebody talking shit on YouTube. You know what I mean? Right now, the narrative for me, hiding in bushes, and part of it was funny. A lot of it was some weed head conversation of it that didn't make sense. But other than that, the narrative, the initial narrative, was funny. But it also opened the floodgates for me. Okay, now I didn't think I would be here, but if we can clown each other, I'll clown each other. I'm laughing. I'm not asking to meet you on the corner, that's goofy shit. You know, that to me, that's goofy shit. Because if I really want to see you, I'm not putting it on YouTube. I am not putting it on YouTube. You will not have a record of me saying, I'm coming in your hometown. I'm going to be wearing blue with a Giants jersey and Nikes on. Like, what are you doing? You're giving dates, places, names. Why don't you just give a memo to the cops? Well, so when they make their job easier when shit goes down. Like, that doesn't, it's goofy to me. So, you know, everybody do your thing, but at the same time, understand we're leaving footprints, people. We are leaving footprints. You can delete it if you want, and that's probably why he always deletes all his shit every time he has a live. He's so used to saying goofy shit. See, I even got in my bag just now, but whatever. You know, I'm not saying anything like F his mother, like that I'm not doing. Anything I say to him directly to him, and I'll say it to him if he ever lets me up on that live, or if one of his mods actually let me back in the chat, because I've been banned since that day, which is cool. But by the way, dude, you got some people trying to chime in on you, and your mods are actually trashing them, or at least keeping their voice silent. So there may be some reconciliation on some of these voices, but you'll never hear them because your mods are blocking them. I'm just saying. I'll just put that out there. So I don't have any other topics. Again, this was going to be a short live, hour and a half. I mean, this is actually longer than I thought it would be. And I hit the 20 mark. I got 20 people listening. This is actually pretty cool for me. I thought I was going to get 3, to be honest. I thought I was going to get 3 people. I just needed enough people to walk me through some of this YouTube stuff. I appreciate actually the help I got for, you know, trying to figure out how to bring people up and all those different things. This is the Cash App era, right? Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. I'm not dropping any more dimes until somebody hit that Cash App. Yeah, that's not here. That's some goofy shit in my opinion, but I'll tell him that when I see him. Let me see what's going on in this chat. Not too much. Look forward to some good shit from you. Thank you, Too Big. Also, thank you to your wife, Mrs. Too Big, for joining the panel. Mrs. VSN CO9, I appreciate you coming up. Of course, Star, Rodney. So last call to join Identity on his. I guess it was a counseling session when Star was up here. So I don't know what it'll be if anybody else dials up. But otherwise, I don't have anything else. So I'll just run down my list of things that I'm working on right now. So I did mention before, I do have another track ready to be finalized with the slides, the lyrics. I like doing that part because I think I like telling stories, and I like actually the wordplay that I do. So I like highlighting that in the slides. So when people you can actually just mute the song and just read the words. It's a whole different aspect. So I definitely have something coming in the works. I am not a fan of mumble rap, so I actually wanted to speak on that a little bit for all you young guys out there loving mumble rap. I don't understand it. You know, obviously I mumble here and there, but you know, if I'm listening to a song, wait, I'm supposed to figure out what the words are? That doesn't make sense to me. Call me old school, but I think the words matter. So that one's coming. My fingers are crossed. You guys will actually hear my wife on one of these tracks. Now, I never mentioned it, but she can sing pretty well. So we're in the works with some things on that too. You know, I have some ideas I haven't pitched to her yet, but I'm slowly getting her into the idea of even just joining me on this venture. She's not a fan of this stuff. You know, she kind of looks at me crazy when I'm talking on these lives, and now that I'm running one, she's probably really gonna like, what the hell are you doing? But either way, if I can get her on a track, that would be beautiful. Because again, she's the songbird of the family. I didn't even know I had a voice in the music side of things. So apparently it worked out for me. So now hopefully it'll work out for us. So Look out for that. I do have some other ideas for some themed tracks. I have the way I do it is like, as I said earlier in the show, I am a huge fan of quotable quotes. I have a log of them in my phone, and I have a ton of them that I wrote myself. And I open the show up with, I'll give the quote again. In order to operate within any system, you must have knowledge of the system, how the system operates. Damn, I screwed that up, didn't I? Let's do that again. In order to operate within any system, you must have knowledge of how the system operates. Go back, listen to it. I did have some good points of just understanding we do live in a world of chaos, and we get comfortable in those. We get comfortable in those organized zones. So it's like a pocket within a pocket. Picture it like this. If you have a pen and you have the tip of the pen sticking up, and you try to place a playing card on top of it, there is a position for that card to be stable, but it's really hard to find. It's really, really hard to find. That's a great analogy to a lot of the situations that we're in on the daily. We have chaos around us every day. If you tip up, down, left, right, side, whatever, everything collapses. But we are in that pocket most times of the organized chaos. And I feel like part of that, we need to take control of how we operate within. We need to take ownership of what we do and how we do it, and not just mask ourselves. Sorry, identity withheld has a mask. Not just mask ourselves and say, I can say what I want because nobody knows who I am. Yeah, but just because I don't know who you are doesn't mean you should be flooding me with bullshit or talking to me a certain way or disrespecting my family or my name or anything like that. That there has to be some level of ownership. There has to be some level of respect. Don't come on here calling me king, but then calling me an asshole, on YouTube, but then, wouldn't say it to my face. Like that to me, you're not accountable for anything you do. Really? Is that how we operate? I'm saying that should not be the way we operate if we are trying to build. And that is my lane. I like the fun. I love the laughter. I join it every time I can get in there and have some fun. But I do understand the severity of what a lot of people like myself are, like the stresses we see. Everybody doesn't understand them. Everybody cannot understand to the level that maybe you and I or anyone like me can. I just thought of another saying that I always say. Others can sympathize, but they cannot empathize. They cannot understand what I'm going through, but they can feel sympathy for seeing what I go through. It's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. So I'm saying, as a collective, why are we not holding each other accountable? Why is that not part of what we do? So what? It's YouTube. So what? What if it was national television? What if it was, Instagram, Facebook? Why are we saying because of the platform, we get to disrespect and denigrate our women, children, family, kinfolk, skinfolk, whatever you want to call it? Why is that a pass? That was not planned, y'all. I just kind of just ran with that. So I'm sorry if I'm talking everyone's ear off on that topic, but that was the purpose of this show. Again, I appreciate everybody actually joining me on the first venture. There will be more. I will get better with the tools. I will get better with the themes. I'm going to have a conversation with Binary, figure some things out because I see he's much further down the path than I am. As far as like with the interactions, I want to figure out how to actually pull in video without uploading it into StreamYard as a you have to save it as a video file. That takes too long. I'm hoping I can, maybe I'll just share my screen. I'll figure all that stuff out. Because I want to actually do links instead of uploading videos to play. I think it's too resource heavy, and I don't want to do it that way anyway. So, but again, thank you guys for rocking. I will see you on the other side. I will not be on live tonight with the Star. I'm sorry. I'm not up that late. I had to give that life up. I'm down with the morning routine with Binary and work. And then after that, family. Sorry. But I'll see what I can do to, kind of make this better. And again, the structure will get better. It will get stronger. And I don't care if I'm rocking with one person, 10 people, or 50 people. Eventually, I feel like this will carry on its own, and it needs to exist. It's wanted. Ding, tagline. Huh. All right. Thank you, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.